Hello students, welcome to Young Minds vs Madhavi's Physics. Today we are going to start tangents and secants to a circle from class 10 maths syllabus. Okay, very important topic and also very easy topic. Right, so now let us see what is a tangent. See, tangent is that line which is drawn to a circle such that it meets circle at only one point. Okay, so that is how you can define. Right, now see, suppose if this is a thing which touches the circle at only one point. That means there will be only one common point to the circle and the line. Right, only one common point to the circle and the line. Right. So now what are the characteristics? How to identify tangent? Means it touches only at one point and is always perpendicular to the radius drawn through the same point. Right? If the radius is drawn through the same, you know that radius can be drawn from any point on the circle. Right? If the radius is drawn from the same point on the circle, then that particular radius is perpendicular to the tangent. And at one point only one tangent can be drawn. Only one tangent can be drawn. See, you can draw infinite number of lines passing through a point, but all these lines can't be the tangents to the circle. A tangent is the one which passes through the same point. That means which touches the circle at only one point, and it should also be perpendicular to the radius drawn at that point or through that point. That means if you draw another line also, definitely that will be collinear to this PQ line only. Right? So therefore only one tangent can be drawn to a circle at one point. At one point one tangent. But at different points you can draw different tangents. See, this is one tangent. Right? This is another tangent. Right, this is another tangent. So, infinite points are there on the circle. So, therefore, infinite tangents can be drawn. But at one point, only one tangent can be drawn. At one point, only one tangent can be drawn. Right, and at the same time, only one tangent can be parallel to this, and that is exactly the one which is drawn at the end of the diameter drawn through the point. That means through this point, if you are drawing a diameter, then at the end of this diameter, right, another tangent can be drawn which is exactly parallel to this one. Okay, right, so that means how many parallel tangents you can draw? Right, only two tangents can be parallel to each other for a circle. That means if already one tangent is there, then you can draw only one more tangent parallel to it. That's all. Okay. Right. Length, suppose if you have an external point. Now from this point only you are drawing two tangents to a circle. Right. Then, right, the distance between or the lengths of these two tangents. Right, lengths of these two tangents from the external point to the point on the circle are equal. So, they are equal. So, these are the characteristic things that we can conclude from tangents. Please make a note of these things. Venkat Sai, Karthikeya, very easy topic. Do properly. Right, and also all other students, whoever are following the videos, very easy topic. So don't miss a chance of scoring out of marks from this topic. Okay. So now secant of a circle. Right, when you compare with the tangent to the secant means the one which cuts the circle. A secant always cuts the circle at 2 points. A secant always cuts the circle at 2 points. See, secant is a line. It's not a line segment. Remember that. Secant is a line. Right? Whereas the points A and B where they are touching, like between this one we call it as a line segment AB. This is called chord. This is called chord of the circle. But where L, which is a line, right, passing through A and B, cutting the circle at 2 points, that is called a secant. Right, make a note that is very, very important. All the children, Pranav, Divija, Harshita, everybody, please observe the difference between a secant and a chord. Chord is the one which is a line segment, that means it has a length. You can have a finite length of the chord, but for a secant you won't be having a finite length, because you know that the line is the one which extends on both sides by infinite length. Right, so now here the 2 points of intersection, so they coincide, and here as you are moving, like suppose if you take this one, as you are moving away from the center, this secant may become a tangent to a circle, and that is possible only when these 2 points coincide as a single point. Right, suppose if at all the question is asked that can the secant be a tangent? Yes, the secant can be a tangent to the circle. That is when 2 points A and B, points of intersection A and B, coincide. Right, so that is when you move away from the center. Suppose if the secant is brought closer to the center, you can see that the length of the chord increases. Length of the chord increases. You should not say length of the secant increases. Secant is a line. It is not a line segment, it is a line. Okay, so length of the chord increases as you move towards the center of the circle. Right, and always a secant divides a circle. Right, so when it is intersecting at 2 points, not the special case. Special case is that tangent is a special case. That means the secant becoming a tangent is a special case. Under normal conditions, a secant always intersects a circle at 2 points, and also this divides a circle into 2 segments. One is a minor segment and the other is a major segment. Right? One is a minor segment where I am representing that with M, and where the other is the major segment which I am representing with capital M. So therefore a secant divides a circle into 2 segments, minor and major segments. And students, please pay attention here. This chapter in fact is having 3 exercises, where one exercise you will be talking about only like the introduction part. Right, and the second exercise based on like properties of triangle, secant and tangent, you will have some problems. And coming to third exercise, that is the area of the segment formed by the secant, or area of the segment formed by the chord. So that is the third exercise. And for May 2021 batch class 10 children, that exercise is not there. That means area of the segment exercise is not there. So therefore from this chapter you will be having only 2 exercises and very, very simple, straight and direct problems. Okay, yeah, please note down this one. Next one is theorem 9.1. Tangent of a circle at any point is perpendicular to the radius at that point. This is what a characteristic of tangent we studied. Kada? Manam tangent ante em define chesamu, which touches the circle at only one point, and a point nunchi draw chestunna radius edaithe undo, that is perpendicular to the tangent. Right? Adi ippudu manam prove cheyali, that is the theorem. Okay? Statement of the theorem enti? Tangent of a circle at a point is perpendicular to the radius drawn through the same point or the point of contact. Okay, so now let us suppose that this is x, y or L is the tangent. Right, so let us imagine that O is the center of the circle. Right, and P is the point where the tangent and the circle are meeting. Now imagine any point Q. Now if you see this one from diagram itself, you can say that like this is far away from O, right? That means OQ is greater than OP. OQ is greater than OP, right? And any point if you take other than P, if you take even the one which is lesser to this also, even that will be greater than OP. Right? That means OP is the smallest distance from this line. Right? OP is the smallest distance drawn or the smallest line segment drawn from a point to a line. And that is possible. That means the smallest line segment is only a perpendicular. Only a perpendicular can have the smallest distance. So therefore OP is perpendicular to L. That's all. This is the proof, right? So no mathematical steps and all that. It's only like justifying all the basic rules. So given a circle with center O, tangent xy at point P, OP is the radius. These are given. Now to prove is OP is perpendicular to xy, line xy. Proof. Take any point Q other than P. So that OP is longer than the radius OP. That is we can clearly see from the diagram. Right. So therefore OQ is greater than OP. So any point other than P will be longer distance from O. So therefore OP is shortest distance. That implies OP is perpendicular to XY. Why? Because since you have to write it in the brackets. Since perpendicular is of shortest length among all line segments drawn from a point to a line. Drawn from a point to a line. So this is very, very, very important. This part is very important. So that is OP is perpendicular to XY, where OP is the radius, hence radius is perpendicular to the tangent. Finished? Yes. So just pause the video in between. Right. This is half the theorem, where you have the statement of the theorem, what is given, diagram, and what to prove. So pause and note it down. And the next one is the proof part. Now let's move on to the exercise 9.1. First question is basically all the definitions and the theory. And coming to the second question, a tangent PQ at a point P of a circle of radius 5 cm meets a line through the center O at a point Q. Right, so there is a tangent PQ. Right, at a point P of a circle. That means you have a circle, and where is the tangent? Tangent is P and Q, but P is the point common to circle and the tangent. Right, means P of a circle, it is given as P of a circle. That means P is the one which is common to both circle and the tangent. Right, and now meets 5, this is a 5 cm radius, and this particular tangent meets O at Q, like through Q, by 13 cm distance. That means OQ is equal to 13 is given. Now find the length PQ. Find the length PQ. Very clear that we know that. So we know that OP is perpendicular to PQ. So therefore, from Pythagoras theorem, PQ square is equal to hypotenuse square OQ square minus OP square. Taking root on both sides, you will get PQ is equal to OQ square minus OP square. Right? So therefore OQ is 13 square minus OP square is 5 square under root, which is equal to, is it 169? Yes, 169 minus 25, which is equal to 144 under root, that is equal to 12. That is equal to 12. Therefore, you got PQ is equal to 12 centimeters. This is the final answer. Note it down, please. Very simple problems. By mistake also, don't neglect the chapter. So there are few chapters which you can score easily, where additional knowledge is not necessary. Only the basic knowledge is enough to solve problems from such chapters. So don't miss those chapters by mistake also. Right? Next problem. Right. Now the same again. Calculate the length of the tangent from a point 15 centimeter away from the center of a circle of radius 9 centimeter. So first of all, draw a circle. Very good. Draw a radius which is 9 centimeter. Finished. Now where is the tangent drawn from a point which is 15 centimeter away from the circle? So therefore now let me take that this is the tangent drawn. Okay, so let a point Q be here such that this is 15 centimeters. This is O, P, Q. Let us name them. Now calculate the length of the tangent. Length of the tangent means PQ. Same as the above problem. Right? So we know that OP is perpendicular to PQ. Therefore, PQ is equal to root of OQ square minus OP square. That is 15 square minus 9 square, which is under root 225 minus 81, which is equal to 144. That is equal to 12 again. So therefore, PQ is equal to 12 centimeters. Okay? The similar kind of the problem. Note it down. Now look at the fifth problem. Prove that the tangents drawn to a circle at the end points of a diameter are parallel. So first draw a diameter, and at the end points, through the end points, now draw two tangents. Right? So these two tangents, we have to prove that these are parallel. So now nothing to be worried. So most fundamental thing, suppose L and M are two lines, and now this is becoming AB is a transversal, is it not? Like, so you have the concept that when two lines, right, are intersected at 2 points by a single line, then that line is a transversal. That means this is a transversal because this is the one which is touching both the lines. So here you have two lines which are touched by a line segment AB. Okay, so now the inside angles, that means this angle and this angle, inside alternate angles, we call as alternate interior angles. So now if you observe that RAB is an interior angle to this, right, and the other one is QBA is another interior angle. These are alternate interior angles. If you prove that these two are equal, obviously those two will be equal only for parallel lines. Then we can conclude that L and M are parallel. Clear? So, solution. Right. Here, OA is radius and AP is tangent. Right, and OB is radius and BQ or BS is tangent. Finish, right? So therefore, angle PAO is equal to 90 degrees and angle RAO is also equal to 90 degrees, right? Similarly, angle QBO is equal to 90 degrees. Angle SBO is also equal to 90 degrees. As AB meets two lines at 2 points, it becomes the transversal. It becomes the transversal. Hence, angle RAO and angle QBO are alternate interior angles. Right, and what else? And what is the other set? PAO, angle PAO and angle this one SBO are alternate interior angles. But our angle RAO is equal to 90 degrees. Angle QBO is equal to 90 degrees. angle PAO is equal to 90 degrees and angle SBO is equal to 90 degrees. So that means, which implies alternate interior angles are equal. Interior angles are equal. Hence, L and M are parallel. This is how you have to do. Like, means it should not be taken as a problem, but it should be taken as a theorem, as a proof, right? So in whichever manner it is asked, but this is the method. Okay, so note it down. Pause and then note down. So two green colors, alternate interior angles. Two browns, alternate interior angles. Not on the same side, please, I'm saying. On opposite sides. Right, diagonally opposite sides. And also, students, you have some construction part also in this exercise. Right? And please do the construction. You should know like how to construct. Already I have posted like construction videos also, like how to construct 90 degrees and all that. So suppose if a tangent is asked to be constructed, you should know how to draw a line perpendicular to radius. Right? If parallel lines means you should know how to draw the perpendicular to both as well as parallel to each other. Okay? So I'll post a few of the animated videos so that you can easily see how to draw the line segments and practice the steps also, because writing the steps of construction is important, because this time you are having 8 mark questions and 4 mark questions. So mostly they will be asking you theoretical questions, means a question which is very lengthy. So pause and then copy it down. And this is all for today. And those who have not yet subscribed, please subscribe and share with your friends.